So I'm Lonwabo from the Rise SA team. And before we start, I would like to share a quick video with you. All right, thank you for watching. And two more things I would like to ask you, just two questions. In your school, is there a lot of duplication with the information? Do you have duplication with the information? And secondly, how long does it take you to prepare the 043 report? You can text your answers in the chat. And now I will be handing over to Mrs. Shannon Mayness. Thank you.
Good morning, everybody. I hope you can hear me. I'm Shannon Manas. I am the bursar at Immaculata High School. I've just been appointed in this role in February this year. Previously, I was a school secretary. So currently, I'm quite new in this role. Was challenging at first a lot, but it has gotten better, especially with regards to the accounting part with the assistance of RISE. We started the RISE School Communicator in January, and it's been an absolute bliss. It has been helping me a lot with regards to the accounting, the journals, and stuff like that from WCED. Things that I've never done before, but it does help me. I won't say there's zero room for error, but I'll say that it's very, very minimal. So month-end balancing of books, recons is just a button that you press, all done. Easy to trace your differences if there is any, which I haven't had so far, but it has been a bliss. Also, it gives me more time to do other things, so I can assist in the admin block instead of just sitting in my room. So it gives me more time to do other things. I can assist in the feeding scheme, I can do some coffee. So it doesn't mean I have that much free time, but it does allow me some time to do other things at school. Month in book balancing, like I mentioned, recon, just a press of a button. I'm not going into any manual pages or to calculate, but it is there. So that is just what a little bit that I wanted to advise you. Also, the other big part is the savings aspects of going over to RISE. Previously, we used the SMS, another system. We could only send SMSs and we paid more or less the same amount. Well, actually, yeah, a little bit, yeah. But now we move over to RISE. We've got an all-in-one package. I can do my accounting, I can do my recon, I can do my 043s. So we are saving a lot. And you can send messages. We receive messages from parents. I'm on my phone every day, weekends as well. I can respond to them. So that is a good thing for me. So I can always check up on, is there anybody having a problem or they need something? I can respond and say, I will get back to you on Monday. So that for me is a bonus, and it's quite a good thing to be on par with that. So that is my intro, just advising you how RISE has been helping me and how has it been affecting my role as a bursar at the school. So I'm going to the program where the first point is how to add a new guardian. I'm going to share my screen so I can just advise you a little bit of how to do that. I'm trying to sign up. Okay, I'm sharing my screen now. Okay, so the first point is how to add a guardian. You'll go to school. So some of the learners will have a guardian already, but you can amend it or you can add an additional guardian. So you go to school, you go to students. Okay. just went in my system. Just going to untick that. Okay. I will choose a specific learner. I'm going to the search button. Enter, now it will search, will tell me. Okay, so it's busy searching. Apologies for the delay in the search. Okay, so there's my learner. Double click on my learner's name. Okay, so here you will see this is the primary guardian. Click on here. Okay, so the primary guardian's details is meant to be here. I didn't capture the primary guardian details, but you can amend it here. So once you've captured it, say the name, dad, surname, and whatever you want to add on, you save and close. If you need to add on an additional guardian, choose contact, capture the other guardian's details here, you save and close. So that is the first part. So sometimes our manual books might not be the most relevant ones, but what I just need to share this interesting part. Parents continue to change the telephone numbers. So they don't always inform the school. So for me, when the parent has downloaded the RISE app, I can go back into the app and check if they are linked to a learner, and there I'll find the most recent telephone number when they download the RISE app. Okay. So now I'm going to the second point of how to generate a class list. Okay. So you go to school once again, click on students. So gone are the days of actually capturing a class list. You can download your class list from RISE. You choose your class that you want to generate a list for. Okay. You click here on class. Apologies, you don't need to click on grade. You will choose your specific class, let's say 12B. Okay. Now the system, you can see here, this is all my 12B learners. Okay. You go to more actions. Click on the drop-down box there. You go down and you choose output list. Okay. Now I'll choose which way. It will be a spreadsheet, or I want a text document. You choose OK. Okay. So the system will generate the class list with all this information. But what I omitted to do, I just want to show you something. You don't need to have a class list with all of that. Apologies for that. We're just going to output list. I'm going to choose what fields I want. So I'll click on here. I'll untick everything. I only want the name, the surname. I might not need the CMS number. I want the class, and that's it. Okay, so that is my class list. It is done. You can choose to save it. You can download it as an X file. You can say save as, sorry. You can print it as well. You can choose to print. You can choose to save. Just waiting on the system. Okay, but that will be a different type of format. Just hold on quickly. You can save it as an Excel file. Okay. Sorry about that. Save as. You click on the three buttons. You choose save as. Here you will change it to Excel. Yes, you can change the file name, which is in 12B. Okay. While that is loading, just hold on quickly. Okay, so that will be your Excel spreadsheet, your class list. Sorry about that. Okay, there you go. That's opening. Okay, so now we move over to the next point, which is 1.3, how to find a learner with the same name. We go back to school, click on students. So in any school, there might be a few learners with the same surname. You don't know what the surname is. It does happen that you forget, but you want to see it to remember. So I'll type in the learner's name here. So I can see various learners with the same name. As when you need to search for a learner, let's say Immaculata. Okay, on class here. Sorry. So there you'll find all your assignment lists on the school list. So instead of paging through all my class lists, this is my easier way of getting to the learner's details. You can see the class is there. Everything else, you can click on the learner details again and you can go through their information. Okay. Then we'll move over to 1.4, how to import learners onto RISE. So in the beginning of the year, you have your new grade 8 learners and you need to put them on RISE. You already have the current ones, but you need to input the new ones. Okay. So for this purposes, I will not use the RISE template that we normally get, that you capture the learner details. Anna normally forwards it to you that we capture the details on onboarding, or in this instance, I'll look at the aspect of new grade 8s for our high school. So you go to schools, okay? You go to students once again, okay? You go to import students. Okay. So now I'm going to import the list, okay? What it is, attribute column, okay, read from file. I'm just going to choose the file that I want to upload. For this purposes, I will be using, let's say I'll use my grade 10 class list, okay? Okay. So this will be the class list that I've imported. It's my Excel spreadsheet that I've done, not the one that I got from RISE, but a class list that I had. Now I need to match the columns with the attributes on this side. So my name is in column, I'll click here on the column section, is in column 1. Surname is in column 2. CMS number is in column 3. And class is in column 4. For this purposes, I will not choose the next button, otherwise it will import the same list of learners. But that, and then you will choose the next button, and that is how you will import the learners onto the RISE system. Now I'll go to the next point, which is 1.5. It's how to learn to move a learner from the one grade to the next grade. Okay. We go again to schools, go to students. Oh no, sorry. Students, you choose, no, not students, apologies. Let's go out here, go to schools. You go to tools, which is change grades and classes. So if a learner shifts from one class to the other based on subjects, or it's the end of the year and they need to move class. Okay. So now you'll get the class that you want them. Let's say, for instance, again, you go to grade 10C. Okay. You're going to get the list of learners. Okay. Here's my button either to untick or to tick. So I'll choose the whole class. It's going to be easier for me. Let's say these two is not going over. Okay. This group of learners will be now in 11C. Okay. That will be the new class. Okay. You choose the option for in values. And then you'll say save new values. And that is how you will move a learner from one class to the other. Okay. These, let's for instance say these two is no longer at the school. Okay. You will tick these two learners and I'll choose the button set as an inactive or set inactive status. And this will make the learner inactive on the RISE. So that is the first part of how to move learners from one grade to another. So now I'm going to give over to Lonwabu. He will go over the section for the mocks module.
Right. Thank you, Shannon. I will also be sharing my screen. So teachers can use this is the Communicator app. So teachers can use it to input marks. So for them to start inputting marks, we would go to menu, the 3 lines on your top left. And then you go to the bottom where it says mark sheets. Right, and you click on the plus to add. Then you would insert the date where it says date, and then you you click on subject to add the subject. For example, let's use accounting, and then you would select a mark type, say exam for an example, and where it says class, you would have the list of classes. For this example, let's use class C. Right, so you would click on the student and you add a mark right where it says total, say 90%. Then you click on done. And then the mark would be added. See, Bell Jordan 90. And then you would do the same for the rest of the students. And when you're done, you would save and post. Let me show you how parents can view their child's reports on the app. All right, so parents would have to go to the menu once again on the app and click on where it says my students. And then so the parent's child would appear here, or children, if they're more than one. Then they would have to click on the student and go straight to the bottom where it says progress report. And this would show, you would click on the year. And this is how the progress report would appear and show you how to run reports on the system. All right, so okay, we're in. So this is how you would do it. So you would click on school, then you go to progress reports, and then select Hendrix Dellen, for example. Okay, so this is how the report would show. And you could click either to email or to print. For this example, let's use email. And then here you would insert the email address and the necessary text if you want, and then click send when you're done. So this is to email the reports to the parents, right? And also, how would you import the marks sheet to the system? Is you would go to marks sheet and then select the subject. So natural sciences is already here. Double click on that. And you would click on import. Right. So on this icon here, it says open. So if you click on here, you would have you would have to go and drag the file from your computer, and then you click on OK to upload it, and then all the information would appear right here. So that's how you would do it. Are there any questions? All right. Okay. Shannon, anything on your side that you would like to add?
No, nothing from the marks we draw. Not at this stage.
All right.
What I can say is that I've given Anna the recording sheets, and I know that she says they're working on it. Some from the high school side, we do get the recording sheets now for every subject. So I asked her, that is my concern for grade 8 and 9. We have one spreadsheet for marks, but for the other grades, it's various ones. So she assured me that we should be able to upload the various subjects and recording sheets on the RISE as well, so that we are able to generate the report. We are not on the report menu yet for RISE, and we're looking at it for next year. So that's all I wanted to share with regards to the reports, the marks module.
All right. Thank you very much, Shannon, for that. Candice, do you have a question?
Yes, Lunwabu, sorry to disturb. Can I quickly go back to the mocks? Right, this is Charlene speaking. I'm just here with Candice.
Okay.
Right. So as the lady said, we do use the WC recording sheets. But now, say for instance, we type the final mark on the app, and then the parent can access according to his profile. can the parent then mail that to himself and then print it? Because many a times, like this morning, there was a parent and the parent said they did not collect or get a report from the child for term 1 and so forth. So that means the child did not deliver that report. So now with the app, the parent can access the report, but then say for instance, they need it because they need to apply like the grade 12 in March or so to an institution. Can they then mail that to themselves so that they can print it at their place of work? That's my question.
All right. So, okay, the school can email or print the reports for the parents using the system. So the parents could apply and do the various things that they want to do with the report. Have I answered your question?
Yes, thank you.
All right. And Shannon, just a quick question for you. So how would you show the rest of the financial points?
Okay, so can I start with that part, Leonardo?
Sure.
Yeah, okay. So as per the school forum, they were looking at the financial model and how to create an approved budget for 2022. We all know that's coming up soon. So with the RISE, it's also very quick. I'm just need to just share my screen again. Okay, so this will also be very in my first year doing a budget, so I have to do some training. But with RISE, this will be the electronic one that I can do quick and easy. I just need to capture the details. So I will go to, apologies, just go to my notes. Okay, we'll go to accounting. Okay, you go to reports, now create, you go to budget. Okay, so now we'll choose which year I need to create the budget for. Type in 2022. Okay, so here I'll type in budget. So budget. So now we already have a list of accounts, chart of accounts on here. So I will just choose the 4 option. Okay. And it will automatically fall in all the chart of accounts that we have already that is loaded on the RISE. On the total field, I can just capture the new amount for the budget. Let's say this is 3 million. So now to automatically filter in the budget for the month, every month. Okay, but this will be my annual one. Once you are done with that, you will save and you will post, and that will be your budget. This can be printed as well. Okay, if you need to add on any more field, any new account that you have, you choose the add button and you'll add your account on here. Okay. Is there any questions from this side? Okay. So that is the budget. Quick and easy, 1, 2, 3. Then we'll go over to 3.2. Now we need to look at your current year of 2021. I will need to look at my budget plan and where I am at the actual one. Okay. So you go again, you go to accounting. I'll click on my reports, budget plan versus my actual. I'll check it's for this year, running from January till the end of the year, and I'll choose a run report. Sorry, not sure. Don't know what's happening currently. Okay, there you go. So this is my budget, my actual, and this is budget. So this is where you're currently standing on, whether you're over budget or under budget. Okay, so let's look at something more practical. I'll say stationery. Okay, so my budget for the year was 3,000. I'm actually standing on 20. Now you'd say, okay, I need to know what this is for, why am I this amount? So you can actually drill down on the transaction. Okay. So I will double click on it. See, there's a magnifying glass before that. Sorry, just to show you there's a plus and a magnifying glass. I can click on the amount, which I've spent for the year so far. I click on transactions and I click select. So now it will generate a report for you as to when I spent the money and where and what was the amount. So here you were able to see what was spent at what specific date. I can drill down again from here, click on payment. Okay, now it will tell me this is the note that I made on my bank stream. And this is the amount that I spent, and it will tell me also the date. So you can basically see, you can track your finances, see where you've gone over your budget, where you're under budget, and where you have spent the money on. So I'll just close those screens. So on the home screen, you can see there's quite a few icons on here. Just quickly run it through. This is quick accesses. This is for news. I can add my news here. I can view my current news. I just want you to show you what it looks like. Just for interest sake. So this is all the news that I've loaded on Rise, and this is what all the parents can see. I can see how many has viewed it, who's liked it, and also the size that you're adding, okay, of the message. Just want to show you. So here you can see all those fields. You can see how many students are linked, how many mobile users. So once a parent downloads it or an educator, you will see how many is linked to actual students and how many is not linked to students, and how many students is not linked to parents. And then from here you will see business pulse. So that is where point number 3.3 comes from, how to view your current financial position at the school. So business pulse will just give you a quick overview of where your actual is, the net income, and what is your budget for this current month, and where you've gone down, whether you're increasing or decreasing in a deficit. That is for the first quarter. I can choose here for which other quarter I want it for. Also on here, I can have a quick look at my bank stream. Now, on other training sessions, you will see what is your bank stream. This is where I'll do my various transactions, doing the recon on the bank, allocating my payments that I've received to the various persons and to the various learners and to my various accounts. Okay. Is there any questions? Nothing so far? Okay. So now I'll go over to the last point of how to print your automated 043. You'll see there's a quick access button on here. You can also access it via accounting. Apologies, not accounting. Okay, let's go to the side. It's fine. Let's go to the side. WCED 043 report. I'll click on there. Okay, so now we had our first semester run already. You can either choose your first or the second semester. Second semester is from July to September. Okay, you can say run your report. No, to September. Probably to September because, just hold on quickly. Yeah, to December. Sorry, July to December. So here you can see it already calculated, my actual versus my budget, but I'm going to go to the first semester. So our submissions was done already. So I'm just going to run this report. Okay, so this is from January to June. You will see it fits all the requirements of WCED. So with everything that I've done only on one field, which is my bank stream, where I capture my funds coming in from the bank. This is everything. It generates, instead of going to various fields, I work in one stream and it will generate various reports. Even on the 043, you can also drill down again on your transactions. So you have a query, okay, I'm seeing cleaning material. This is the actual, this is the budget. Click on cleaning material again. Okay. See it from the 1st of January, sorry, to the 1st of July, or run a report. So here I can see again my transactions, when I've spent and where I've spent and how much I've spent and what date it was. So you can drill down again. You can click again on here. So basically on every report that is generated with regards to the accounting factor on RISE, you can drill down on your transactions. I'll close that one. I'll close there. And from here, I'll print my 043. You can either save it on your desktop because we don't actually take it in manually now with COVID. I'll just say the O43 on my desktop and I'll scan in the list of supporting documents that is required by WC and I send my documents off. So that is my part of the financial model. Is there any questions from anyone at this stage? Okay. Looks like there's no questions. Then I'll hand over to Lonwabo if there's no questions.
No questions. Okay, so tomorrow we have our first RISE administration training. And on the 30th of September, we'll have the 043 and approved budget training, which will be a practical training. And to qualify for a discount, you will have to fill in the feedback form. And I'll send the link right in the chat. So you can still decide whether to join the forum, the trainings or not, but it is entirely up to you. So please give us feedback on the form. And
could I interrupt with a question, please?
Sure, no problem.
Tomorrow's training, who is it aimed at? Who's the target audience? Is it for people who are already using the system, or is it for those still considering it?
I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you. Okay. Okay.
I will answer that question. So tomorrow's training is for both. So it's for our existing users who are already using the system and also for new schools. And basically it's aimed at educators, principal, head of department, deputy principal, admin staff, teachers. And it covers starting from your school communicator app, the school staff app, and also learner data, behavior management. And we are looking also at the practical implementation of the learning at your school. So what we do after every module, we will map out the practical steps that basically will apply for your school in order to make this, in order to improve this process at your school. So it also includes a use case, for example, of how to get more than 90% of your parents on board. And it basically lists the steps that other schools have taken who also serve poor communities, but nevertheless, they have managed to get most of their parents on board. Yeah, so I hope this answers your question.
Yes, thank you very much. And the cost?
So the cost is 700 Rand per school. So meaning that school can decide how many people you would like to send, but we don't limit you. You can send as many people as you would like to. Because you're attending this school forum, you are qualified to get 20% discount.
Thank you very much for answering my questions.
Okay, it's a pleasure. And just a few words on the O43 form and the approved budget training. So this training is in line with the WCED requirements, and it will be our 5th training. It's a very practical training, and it enables you basically to understand how the accounts, the O43 report, the budget, the transactions, how all of these aspects work together, both from the WCED perspective as well as in the system. So if you are considering working on the system, but you would like to basically try it out, it's a good opportunity to try it out. Because you'll be able basically to do everything what other bursars do. So you'll be able to capture transactions, input your budget, you'll be able to create your budget plan versus actual, input the approved budget, and also you'll be able to see how the budget works hand in hand with the O43 and all the checks basically that we inform you about, so that you know that your O43 and the budget balance. That's it in a nutshell. So if it is something that you are considering, feel free to fill in that form, and we will get back to you. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Anna. So I've sent the link to the Google form in the chat. All right. So are there any other questions? All right, then. If not, then I would like to thank everyone for your time. And I guess we can now conclude our session. All right. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Lon Wabo. Thank you.
Thank you, Lon Wabo, Shannon, and everybody. That's very useful. Thank you.
Okay.